Hi there, amazing Aquarius. I am so looking forward to seeing what the cards have to say to you this month that's upcoming, the month of March, where my question to the universe for this reading is, what is the easiest way that Aquarius can receive love this month? How can she or he reach out into the world at the right timing, being in the right place at the right time to receive more loving gestures and loving experiences? Now, love can come many different ways. Could be that it is through friendships, through family, through love affairs, through being in a long-term relationship, many different ways, okay? Love is a many-splendored thing. I think I'm dating myself. So first we're going to pull a card for what the universe wants to speak to us for the month of March when it comes to love. Okay. And we have the Queen of Cups. Very nice card, Queen of Cups. When we want to have emotional experiences this month, how terrific. Let's take a look and see what she says. Okay, this Queen of Cups is loving and compassionate, psychic and self-sacrificing. Lots of deep spiritual and psychic insights. This is a card that can say that you've been caring for others, but that you forget to take care of yourself. This card shows a person that has such deep love of family and friends, but this card can signify that you can have a tough time hearing your intuition sometimes because it's easy for you to put other people's needs ahead of your own, okay? And so let's see. Now, this is what the universe wants us to be aware of, the Aquarians, to be aware of the fact that it's known how deeply loving and caring you are. It's appreciated. And then that little bit of a yellow flag. There's no red in this card, but just the little yellow flag. Where are you taking care of others' needs more than you're taking care of yourself? Okay? So let's set this here. And now I'm going to use my other deck to pick 3 cards that this would be our work. Okay? So the universe is saying this is what your concept is for the month. And so I would say it's a matter of self-love. Yes, enjoy your loving care of others. But when it comes to being able to experience more loving gestures and loving experiences, here's what you're being called to consider. So we have Justice, and we have the Magician. I always love when the Magician shows up. One of my favorite cards, particularly in this deck. And then we have the 9 of Wands. Okay, Aquarius, you've been going through, haven't you? You've had your challenges. Okay, let's look what's the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Cups makes another appearance. Anytime, I really enjoy watching and learning from the other tarot readers online, which I do, because one of them said the reason she enjoys using 2 decks is that some of the cards need to fall twice. And I can totally see that with this example, because when I look at the Queen of Cups that's over on this side, you can see that she's in meditation. Now this one, the other probably is too, but as she's holding her cup in her in her hands, it's like, to me, she's still serving. But in this card, she's got hands off. In fact, if you're watching it right now, if you're driving, don't do this, but just take your hands and imitate this. Imitate it. I give up. I surrender, right? I love that for this message, because you know what, Aquarius? If you've really been lonely and you're struggling because you want to have more love in your life, the universe totally hears you. But one of the things that you have to do is to look at that idea of service and loving others, even if it's a pet, even if it's a cause, especially if it's a cause, okay? The Magician is here to show you that you can still be completely yourself in every way, as helpful and loving as you are, as long as you keep yourself at the center, all right? So let's take a peek here at what's going on. So I'm just going to get my baby tarot and use it during this part of the reading, because we have the Justice card. Now, some of you may be going through a divorce or the finish of a divorce, or you may be involved in something that involves legal matters. And so I believe the universe is saying that justice is coming. You know, some of you may have had a difficult time seeing the fairness of something, but I believe that the message for you is that worrying about it doesn't help it get better. All right. And in the reading about love, I would say this is, I don't know who this would apply for, but if you're in some kind of a split, separation, or divorce, there's people watching you, okay? This is not just about you. There are people watching you, family, friends, etc. So when I look at this card, I look at the peace on her face. Take a look here. See, she's in peace. She's trusting her helpers. There's justice coming. But I'm really feeling that anything you can do now, you don't have to say anything loving to anyone that's not right for you, but you can act in loving ways internally just by, I know it's hard, but if you can bless the person, even though this person has been so harmful, I want to release them with a good heart and mind. You know, if this is hard for you, this might be something that you want to have a private reading for. And gosh, that would give me time to dig in. But for the surface level, just be aware that people are watching, and you don't have to be affectionate to a person. Just showing a modicum of respect and compassion. The people around you will see that as loving gestures, okay? Now, I do want to draw cards for clarity, and I'm going to kind of do that as I go along, because if I have two cards, then I can tell a different story, okay? The Magician being in the center is a wonderful promise, because the Magician has all of the tools, the thoughts, the emotions, balance in the coins, and the power of huge intuition. So you see the power coming out of the hands and coming out of that meditative position. Again, look at these figures, eyes closed, eyes closed, eyes closed, you know, going inside. So let's draw a card here for justice, for clarity, and we have the Page of Swords. Okay, so pages are about learning, right? So this is a time of learning. Your justice is coming. You will feel loving support as you go through, but you have to look for it. The swords are about your thoughts. She's holding a sword, okay? So the idea of changing the way you think, changing the narrative, flipping it around. Even though this is a terribly difficult time, I know I'm strong enough to get through. You can learn so much about love through this, so keep going. Don't feel you're going to lose love by going through this, okay? And then we have our Magician. Let's draw our clarity. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, for her to show up here, I love she's backing up the Queen of Cups, which is behind. So it's a sandwich. We have the Queen of Cups, the Magician, and the Queen of Wands. I love this because with the Magician in between, I see this month being quite magical for you, Aquarius. I think that you're going to attract some very interesting, surprising, and totally unexpected love gestures. Now, it might be a date or something special like that, but I want you to keep your eye peeled on everyday life. I believe people have been trying to love you a long time, but you're just not recognizing it. All right? So set your intention to see love coming in March in ways you never have. And know that you're in a wonderful creative sandwich there between the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands with the Magician in between. Now, the Nine of Wands, this is the card that makes me know that you have been pushing and trying and doing everything you know to do. You like to have things in order. You feel more secure when you are free. You like to be free, but yet you like the security of knowing how can I say this? Okay. It's like, okay, you know what? The picture I got is being, you know how dogs have a retractable leash? They can go out 30 yards and they can think they're free, but they really are connected. So I'm not saying that you're like a dog. No, no, no. But I'm saying that you can wander off and be free and explore. But at the end of the day, all of your answers are inside of you. So going outside and trying to find answers will never work. And so like your inner being is letting you wander, but knowing that you really are more secure when you're really connected internally. Like for this sandwich, to be like surrounding the divine. So the divine is inside of you, not outside of you. Okay? And so with the Nine of Wands is a don't give up card. So if you are lonely, you want to be connected, or if love's been missing, I want you to know that the universe sees this and you are almost there. Okay, let's draw a card. And see, I love the determination on this character's face. And we have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Rods in this deck, and here it goes right with the Nine of Wands. This is a fast action. Messages coming. That messages are already in the air, and there's something wonderful changing for you quickly here. And I'm just going to put this card in between because I really think, in fact, let's stop our reading for a second. Everybody raise your hands. Hands up. Okay. There's something inside waiting for you. It may be harder than bejesus for you to meditate, but I'm telling you, if you just sit down with your eyes closed and your spine just right whenever, not when you're driving, but when you sit up, eyes closed for even 2-3 minutes, whatever. But don't call it meditation. Just call it sitting with my eyes closed. But I think this is very clear message. Bottom of this deck, we have the Six of Cups. Okay? Six of Cups is a sign. It's in the emotional suit of cups. And when it comes to receiving love, I would watch for children. Watch for children. Watch them, engage with them, and also be aware of the childlike part of yourself that really wants to come out and play. There's some people watching this who aren't getting near enough playtime. Whatever that means for you, take it to heart. Okay? So now, let me just draw, I'm going to draw a Moonology from the Moonology Manifesting deck for your advice. This is a wonderful reading. I know that there's going to be unexpected, surprising gestures of love coming your way, Aquarius. So please do make a comment or come back and tell me what happens, all right? So if you've enjoyed this reading, oh my goodness, thank you for hitting subscribe, because that just helps other Aquarians find this message, and they'll be thanking you as well as me. So our advice card is, leave the past behind. Yes, yes, yes. I believe it's connected to our Justice card. There is something that's going to be closing out, but even now, start practicing leaving things behind. Go forth and prosper, my wonderful, amazing Aquarians, and best of luck this month. Have fun with love.